fabulous, and so are you, boo. This is my review of the 2 episodes of Ladies Night with Salt and Pepper and SWV, or SWV and Salt and Pepper. Um, it's on BET on Tuesday nights right after the games people play. Check that one out too because it is good. Let's just get into it. I just got to start off right off the back and say that I am a big Salt and Pepper fan ever since Tramp. Some of y'all don't know about Tramp, but you need to look it up. Anyway, yeah, I am a big Salt and Pepper fan. I love Salt and Pepper, and I'm a big SWV fan. I love SWV, and I've even seen them in concert, and they were the bomb. So, getting into watching the show, it was just right up my alley. So, I don't have nobody to talk about it with, though. That's the problem. So, I got to come on here and talk about it with y'all. Because I don't know nobody that's watching it. So anyway, so the show starts off in episode 1. I think they are talking about, they've already set up plans to do this lady night show with the 2 groups. One group is in Africa, SWV, they're in Africa. Salt and Pepper arrive in Vegas, and they are, getting set up and, getting acclimated and getting all their room stuff, and then they go to the stage, and the stage is big and it's beautiful. SWV, they're in Africa. We find out that Coco is getting a divorce, and I think after 9 or 15 years with her husband, who was her manager at one point in time. She talks about that. So she's on the show, she's presently going through the divorce or whatever. And Taj is still married. Lily is single with her boo. And on the other side, Salt has been divorced recently prior to Coco. And we find out, I think on the first or second episode, that Pepper has been married 3 times. When did that happen, girl? Because I didn't know. I just know about her and Tretch. But, well, 3.5 times, or, yeah, something like that, she said. One wasn't legal, but it was a union. But anyway, so the ladies are going through this transition in life, but they still popping. SWV got some songs out now. Salt and Pepper still riding on their stuff from the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. Which, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or, don't try to fix it. Anyway, so SWV, they're flying in from South Africa. In the meantime, Salt and Pepper, they meet with Spinderella, or she shows up finally. The dynamics of Salt and Pepper, I have to talk about it because growing up as a Salt and Pepper fan or whatever, I knew like early on in the 80s that Salt and Pepper was, they had another DJ. There was another Spinderella, I guess. And then Spinderella came along, the one that we all know and love. And then they had a reality show a couple years ago, and that was, I think it was on VH1 or something like that, but I watched it. And that was when they fell out and everything like that, and they were trying to get back together. But they had issues within the group, like most people have issues in the group. And Salt and Pepper, they had hashed their issues out for the most part, but they hadn't hashed things out with Spinderella. And just the dynamics of the way that they play Spinderella, and that how they still play Spinderella. She was a kid when she joined the group, and they were adults. They were young adults, but they were adults. So she couldn't hang and party with them after, the shows or whatever, unless it was, unless they allowed her to, if she was, illegally doing stuff. But you know how kids do. But there was always this thing where she wasn't an equal to Salt and Pepper. And as a fan, I never saw it that way. I always thought that it was like DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Eric B. and Rockham. Who else? Run DMC. I mean, you see the people there with their DJ. I thought they were. I mean, they were a trio basically. Even though there wasn't no, it didn't say Spinderella, but you knew Spinderella came with the package. But obviously, Salt and Pepper don't know that, and they don't think that, and they still don't think that because they talk about how the business side is Salt and Pepper, and Spinderella just shows up for the gigs or whatever, or we include her. That's basically what they say. We include her in the gigs and everything like that. So moving fast forward, because I'm just touching base on little things because it's like 2 episodes here. So fast forward into them meeting with SWV. Now Lily is a major Salt and Pepper fan. Both of them are, except for Coco. Coco is not really like, she a fan, but she not fanning out like Lily and Taj. Lily is a Pepper fan for real. So, which is normal. I mean, it's nice to see that or whatever. Coco is like, Coco thinks she's the shit. Okay, so she thinks she's the shit's naive and ain't got time for nobody else. That's really nice that that's Salt and Pepper and blah blah this, but she's happy to see them. So they set up a plan. They set up a meeting time to sit down and go over everything as far as the tour and everything, the ladies' night tour. And the first meeting, Coco doesn't show up. Mind you, she's going through this divorce, and her lawyer called her early in the morning and basically said she needed to catch the next thing smoking out so she can handle these legal proceedings or whatever. So she does. The ladies meet up, and they're like, well, where's Coco? And this becomes a thing because the next meeting, Coco is not at the second meeting. And they're like, where is Coco? And the girls, they tried to explain, and they were, they tried to ride for her, or they represented her and was like, Coco was going through a really hard divorce and this, that, and the other, whatever. And I think I didn't think her bandmates rode for her like they should have or whatever, and making the other group understand or let them know everything is okay. They put it out there, oh, she's just going through a divorce and this, that, and the other, especially on the second meeting when she don't show up. You need to let people know she is. I don't understand why they didn't Skype, why they didn't Google, Duo, or whatever. All of this technology, and they couldn't get Coco on the phone or on a tablet. I didn't understand that. So anyway, they fanning out. So they have this meeting. They say, well, we wanted to know if you girls would, how did you want to do the tour and the shows and things like that? Well, right away, Lily and Taj is like, oh no, we know that you guys you've been in the business and blah, 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 this or whatever and this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, yeah. As a fan, I'm like, yeah, they've been in the business. But looking at it and just watching the two groups, I could see them just totally being fans and not riding on their own abilities and saying, hey, well, why can't we do, one show you guys headline, the next show, why don't we do every other show? Since it is supposed to be a ladies' night tour with them both doing things together, and the way they gave up their power to me was just basically like, we're just opening up for Salt and Pepper. It's a Salt and Pepper tour. Well, from the understanding, it's not a Salt and Pepper tour. And I kind of get the idea that Salt and Pepper, well, they already talked about how they never work with women and stuff like that, which I found, which was really strange. This thing is going out. And it's going out. So anyway, so they've never worked with. Is it recorded? I hope it is recorded.
You are the one that hit the record button.
It is. I guess it is. Well, it just went blank for a minute. Anyway, so I just think like the dynamics of how Salt and Pepper see things is rather funny, and how Lily and Taj just bowed down to Salt and Pepper and was like, yeah, that's fine. Well, we find out when Miss Coco gets back, she's like, oh hell no! Y'all just didn't say, y'all didn't ride for our group. Y'all didn't say that we put in all this work and we've done this and we've done that. Which that's the way I felt. I was like, what the heck? Like, there are people that don't know some of Salt and Pepper's songs that know totally SWV songs. There are people that are coming there just for SWV. I'm like, why didn't you just ride for your own group like that? You don't sell yourself short like that. Even if you were going to bow at the end, you just don't sell yourself short like that. But anyway, so Coco was pissed. And I don't blame Coco, because I would be like, if y'all not going to represent for me, y'all, you're not doing your job. Even for yourselves as a group. But anyway, so that's basically, well, I'm not episode 1. Then we see Spinderella and Taj get together, and they talk about the group and things like that, whatever, and their dynamics in each group or whatever. And then we see Spinderella going to meet with the manager of Salt and Pepper and asking them, hey, how about getting me some gigs, or how about getting me some like after party gigs, for just Spinderella. I would like to make a name for myself, and she does make a name for herself, because everybody knows Spinderella, but just to be, I think she's just trying to stand in her own power as a woman and as a DJ outside of Salt and Pepper, which is really good. But she's scared. She's like, it's a part of her that's afraid of what Salt and Pepper will say. And I'm getting their names mixed up, because I want to say their real names outside of Salt and Pepper, but we're going to keep that mess Salt and Pepper. Anyway, so then she gets the gigs there in Las Vegas, which is really good or whatever. And I'm happy for Spinderella, because we all find out that, Salt and Pepper basically done dissed her again, because if it is in the news that she is no longer with Salt and Pepper after all these damn years, which I don't understand. I think Salt and Pepper is really trashy for that, and I really like those girls, and I'm just like, why are you doing that? But anyway, so that's Spinderella's zhuzh right there, and she got her gig going and everything like that. So let's go over here and talk about SWV. SWV is Eddie's birthday coming up, so he's gonna fly there to Las Vegas to see Taj or whatever and celebrate. Taj and Lily going to the toy store, and they getting their toys for his birthday and things like that. I like Eddie and Taj together. They seem like a nice couple. And they've been together for some years, and they used to have a show together too. I really liked their show. It showed them at home and different things like that. It was really good to see them there and raising their son. And I know he has another son. I think they're just graduated, I think, from college. But yeah, so he's there. He's supportive of Taj and everything like that. And they show them talking and interacting, which is really good. Let's see what else. So I'm mixing them all up together. We have these rehearsals. I think it was it was the third meeting. Coco wasn't there. She shows up late, and they talk about her showing up late, and she got an attitude. Coco is a true diva with a stank attitude. Now, I love me some SWV, Lord knows I do, but she got a stank ass attitude. I'm sorry. But the girl can sing. I ain't gonna lie. But some things you just don't have to. I think like Coco is going through all of this stuff. She feel like she have to fight for herself or whatever. This is what I'm thinking, looking at her. It's like she has to fight for herself in this marriage or this divorce that she's going through. And then she has to fight for herself, in the group, and then with Salt and Pepper. So, they doing all this chatter to her when they meet up, and she was like, and so they talk about the lineup and the songs and stuff like that. And here goes Spinderella talking about, well, the lineup is now. I believe Cinderella should have her voice and speak and everything like that, but it's a time and a place, and it's a topic and a non-topic. Um, SWV not singing weak, girl, is you crazy? You must be out your damn mind. You must be crazy. I'm like, why are you even bringing that up or whatever? And then so she was talking about, well, as a DJ, this, that, and the other, the set can be different and this, that, and the other. I've seen SWV in concert. And they rocks the damn house. Okay? They rock the house. So, and they sang weak. And the whole crowd was just rocking with them. So Coco was like, I ain't part of it. I ain't got no. If we singing weak, that's our song. And here go Lily and Taj backing her up or whatever. But she was just the main person going at it or whatever. And she just let them know, if we ain't singing weak, then I ain't doing nothing. I'm not playing with y'all. It's no other discussion. So, and then Cinderella was like, well, we could talk about it and this, that, and the other. And then Coco was like, girl, please. Anyway, so then they go and Salt and Pepper goes and they have their own little sidebar meeting. And so they mocking Coco about how she gonna act. I thought it was funny and shady at the same time. It was funny. But I was like, these girls is crazy or whatever. But Salt knew that what Coco was saying was totally right. Because if somebody told them they couldn't do Push It, girl, you must be crazy. What concert you going to see? Because I need to see Push It. I'm mad that they don't, respect yourself. Gotta be you and only you, babe. And I know they don't do that in their shows. But anyway, but that was just my jam. But, yeah, and Push It. But how can you tell somebody not to sing their number one hits or whatever at their concert? That's crazy as I don't know what. Anyway, so they mocking her and all this other stuff like that. Well, SWV, they all having their own. You see in the confessionals that Taj and Lily having their own things or whatever going on because they don't want Coco to be effing up the money. Don't mess up their paper. Well, they basically, because of Coco not showing up for the meetings, because of Coco not showing up for the meetings, Salt and Pepper have taken amongst themselves and said, well, we don't want to do this tour. We think we want to do like some little dates here and there to do a trial run or whatever. And see, I think that because Lily and Taj didn't set a precedence early on in, the first two meetings, that Salt and Pepper feel like they can do whatever they want to do. And now they got to fight for a spot when you should have just set it up from the beginning and fought for your spot and stated what it is that you wanted and this, that, and the other. And not saying whatever you like. Ain't nobody got time for that. Say what you like too. So now they're doing these little spot dates or whatever. And the girls are like, Coco done mess up for us and this, that, and the other, whatever. Taj is telling Eddie about Coco. And she said, I can always count on Coco tripping out or whatever. And Coco is a drama queen. But to a degree, I understand the drama because she feels like her bandmates they did not step up to the plate. So, Taj and Coco have this meeting. Well, I think they all three had a meeting or whatever. And then toward the end of this is like the end of the episode, I guess, or whatever, or what I can remember. So they having this conversation and they like asking Coco, look, are you gonna be here? Are you committed? And blah 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 this, because they hear what Salt and Pepper is saying or whatever. But my thing is when Salt and Pepper is saying stuff like that to you, you want to be riding for your people against other people. And then you go back to your people and say, look, you gotta blah 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 this, because they were with Salt and Pepper and they were like, yeah, she is, and mama, she's good, and this, that, and the other, whatever. And then they would go back to Coco and be like, girl, you ain't gonna like that meeting. And I'm like, why would you even say that? That's what I didn't like about what Taj was doing. But she knows that she gonna have to have this conversation with Coco. So they have the conversation with Coco, and Coco ain't having it or whatever. And of course, Coco, it just took me all the way back to them having their little thing on Wii. I think it was Wii TV that they had. And her storming out and doing all the stuff that she did and them not wanting to talk about the stuff that they did. I totally forgot about them having a whole show, and their show was real good. It was better than the Salt and Pepper show. But everybody was rooting for SWV back then to get back together because we love me some SWV. We love us some SWV. So anyway, so that's what it reminded me of. So Coco was mad and she was like, well, what are you saying? Just say what you're saying and this, that, and the other. And I think that's the problem with us sometimes. We don't say what we really feel, that we're scared or this, that, and the other, but I am committed. We just kind of react. And sometimes that's not good. But that's what we do. So that's what Coco did, and then she stormed out and she was like, I ain't got time for none of this BS or whatever. It was some line she said. I can't remember. As soon as I turn this camera off, I definitely will remember it, probably. But it was really good. I love the episode. I love seeing all the dynamics of the two groups and the crap in each group. And it was just really good. If you get a chance, check it out. It's Tuesdays. I think it comes on after games people play with Nipsey Hussle's girlfriend, Lauren London, which I love dearly. Rest in peace, Nip. Check it out and let me know what you think. And do you think they should go on tour together? I think they actually are on tour together. One of my friends posted some video up of Salt and Pepper the other night. But do you think that they should split the tour up if they're going to do a tour? Do you think one should headline one night and one should headline the next night? Do you think that Salt and Pepper is a bigger group? Or do you think SWV is a bigger group? Let me know down below. Again, subscribe. I didn't even say that. Subscribe, thumbs up, tell a friend, share me with your girls. Because I need to chit chat about it with somebody, girl. Alright, I'm Naturally Fabulous. And so are you, boo. I'll see you soon.